Many of our golf courses like us to revisit either annually or maybe every couple of years and actually capture the same survey. By doing so, we can actually upload those surveys and build almost like a historical library of information so that the club can better understand how the course is evolving over time. And just to demonstrate this, if we look at this course here, we're currently looking at a flight that was taken in July 24. What we can actually do is compare that to another point in time. So if we pick here May 23, okay, and then we go to compare, what we can now see as we begin to zoom in and we pan from one side to the other are the changes in that course as it's matured or changed over time. What we'll now do is have a dive into a few facilities just to show you some use cases as to how they're using that. Okay, so we're now looking at a golf course, a relatively new one in Portugal, and the use case here was that the owners wanted to understand how the fairway lines had been cut compared to the original design. So if, for example, we pop up here, we can look at the mosaic that was originally taken in April 23 when the course was first being grown in versus a more recent one here. Okay, and a good example would be if we scan through to hole number 1, okay, and we just look at this area of, let's call it the tiger line, carried to the fairway here, where the architect certainly wanted that to be an option for golfers. Okay, and as you can see on the left hand side you see the original design, and then the right hand side is where it's currently being cut. So if you were to take that line, it's a lot more penal or a lot more, I guess, a tougher line than originally intended. So this has really just enabled the owners to have a look at that and then compare back to original plans and make the adjustments when necessary, just using this course compare feature. You know, another option would be to use the same thing just to compare green depths, for example. So front to backs, have they grown, have they shrunk? By using this feature, it will give you a much better understanding of how that's taken place. Another good example would be here if we compare things like teeing grounds that have been built over time. So let's compare 24, okay, let's go back to 2022 here. Okay, as we go to compare and we look at hole number 11 here, okay, what you'll notice in the centre of the screen here is where there was no tee and there is now, and again this one has now been replaced as well. Okay, and we can begin to see those changes. So just a really nice way of recording evidence of change which has taken place over time.